Happy Monday, May 15th. Damn, I really should check this. I was right. Just go with your instinct. Happy Monday, May 15th. It is 7 a.m. and just now finding out that Uber and Lyft don't really operate here very well. It's like 20 minutes for an Uber or a Lyft driver to get here. So I finally was like, fine, I'll just wait for Lyft. The Lyft guy calls me and he's like all annoyed and is like, I'm too far. And I was like, you shouldn't have accepted my ride. Actually, I didn't say that. I was like, okay, no problem, sir. But in my head, I was like, you shouldn't have accepted my ride. Like, why did you do that? So I don't know. I'm going to go downstairs and get a taxi, I guess. It looks cold, so I'm not going to walk a 30-minute walk, even though it's like the actual gym is like 5 minutes from here. So a little frustrated, but it's okay. We're going to get the day going. It looks cold outside. Maybe we should put on another hoodie. Yeah. The only thing that I took pre-cardio, supplement-wise, T21 by First Form. I sweat so much more when I take this. I just take 2 pills. It boosts your natural metabolic rate. It basically like increases your core temperature, but also your daily caloric expenditure. So I feel like this helps me a lot for cardio, for sweating, and then also obviously like optimal thyroid. All right, gotta go find a ride to the gym and knock it out because I'm actually headed to Connecticut today. So I have to get this done like now. So we're here at the Super Powerhouse Gym in Connecticut. I'm about to pose with Kenny. So I'm gonna go put my bikini on, grab my heels, and get ready to go. It's about 15 minutes until we start.
Sitting at home watching us on TV and thinking to yourself, it feels like the whole shit is actually in my kitchen. What do you think about this?
Forever eating in my hands.
Oh, should we use your stuff?
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
How was it coming in today?
Easy drive.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, take your time and tap this.
Okay, thanks.
Are you ready to rock it, honey? I am. All right. Good. How you doing, all right?
Thank you.
Enter the red room. Hey everybody, I'm Kenny Wallach, and I just want to say it was really, really great working with Emily. We had a really great posing session today, you know, little tweakings here and there, front, a little bit on the back, and we just kind of made it happen, so it was a great session.
Absolutely, so worth the drive. I'm like so happy that I came out here. You have no idea. While I was posing, I was like, damn, this guy knows what he's talking about. Like every little detail seriously helps so much. Makes me feel so much better going to stage.
Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate that. And again, it really was a great pleasure working with Emily. I enjoyed every second of it. And now we just go to the stage and we make it happen.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome, Emily. Bye, everybody.
Yes. Yeah, I'll be competing at the New York Pro.
You're all set.
Am I okay to train today too?
Whatever you want to do.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Thank you.
And then when you're done finishing with everything, we're just going to have you sign our wall.
Oh,
okay?
no way.
Yeah, no problem. The shirt's on us.
I'm sorry?
The shirt's on us. It's all yours.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is so sweet. Thank you guys so much.
Not a problem. Have a good workout.
I'm standing outside the window. 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 I'm standing outside the window.
so now we are back in the car. We've actually been in the car for about an hour, and this whole time I've been like, I need to grab my camera and talk to my YouTube fam, let them know what's going on, but I've honestly just been too tired, and then I had to pee. So we made a stop at Dunkin' Donuts, and I got an iced coffee, which is bringing me back to life for a little while. So we're headed back to the hotel right now. Just posed with Kenny, as you guys saw, and it was really awesome posing with him. He changed every single one of my poses. So basically took every pose that I already have and like changed it, tweaked it to a better version of that. And it's like incredible the changes that he made and like how much of a difference it makes just in the overall aesthetic appearance of the pose itself. So I know that I'm going to be able to present myself better on stage. With that said, you know, changing things 5 days out from the show, that means I've literally got to practice like non-stop, because it is harder for me to hit those poses since I've done 14 shows hitting the same poses. And yeah, like over my competition career, I've changed them, I've tweaked them, done this and that, but like, for example, my front pose, my body is so used to like front pose, boom, and I hit it in that same way that I've always hit it. Now having to hit it, you know, in a completely different way, it's a lot to like remember all at once. So I'm literally gonna practice my little heart out, because I know if I hit the poses the way that he had me hit them in the posing room, that it'll help so much. So that was kind of, it was definitely out of the way. It was a 2-hour drive. Thank God I had Ashley. Thank you so much for driving. If I didn't have her, I would have had to like rent a car, find another friend. I thought about Ubering and I realized that was a horrible idea. She was like, I can't believe you even considered that. But, you know, I had to do that. He is not cheap at all. So, you know, I bought a session with him and we had to make it out to the gym. But all of those things, you know, aside, it was 1,000% worth it. It just shows that like when you invest in something like that, that you know is going to be super helpful, it's worth it. Like I wouldn't have even second guessed doing it again. I will do it again. And the gym, we went to it's called the Super Gym in Connecticut, and everyone there is literally like a family. Like, didn't you feel so welcomed?
I did.
Yeah.
They were super nice. Everyone was really nice.
Yeah, like the whole staff is a huge family, and it's like the brothers, and there's a wife, the cousin. I remember Andrew and Richard and so many other names. They were the nicest, most welcoming people ever. It was just the coolest experience. You know, being in a gym, it's just very much so a family environment. So if you ever have the chance to go check that gym out, definitely check it out. I will be back for sure. So I had a great experience there. I'm gonna try and go back probably next week, honestly. But I'm having a great time here in New York. It's absolutely beautiful, and technically Long Island, I guess, and Connecticut. But it's so beautiful. Everything is so green. The weather is gorgeous, which I know is probably not like super common, I guess, right?
And it's just not always green.
Yeah, it's not always so green, but it's like, look at the road. I know I've already shown you guys, but look how beautiful. I just can't get over it. And the sky is extra blue. I'm just really enjoying all the things today. I am all for nature, but it's been an incredible day with incredible experiences. We've had some really good conversation, right?
Definitely.
Gotten to know each other a little better. Though I still haven't heard your ugly singing voice that you talk about.
I know, I'm singing really quietly.
Oh,
Really, really
it's okay, me too. I wish I could sing. That's the one thing I wish I had a voice.
Me too, man.
But that's our little update for now. So Lawrence from Alphalete just texted me, said that they just put my 10-day out video live on the Alphalete channel. It's basically like a documentary, a day in my life. And Lawrence filmed it all. There's a sick edit in it, but it's kept very raw, very documentary type style. Definitely go check it out. It was very intense day, very brutal day. So you get like the realest, the rawest, the most emotional day ever. But definitely go check it out. I haven't even seen it yet. I'm like dying to get home and watch it. Alphalete Athletics YouTube channel, and it'll be this video right here. I have not watched it yet, so I'm just now about to watch it. Oh, I get that. It is my contract for the show. It's kind of a big deal to me. But it's like the second you press that stop button, you're pressing stop on all the opportunities that are going to come after that. Oh man, these eat carbs. It looks so full and hard there. He like captured everything perfectly.
submissions, I was like, I've already won. In my book, I've won. I've motivated people. I'm gonna manage my relationships. I'm gonna work my business. I'm gonna take care of my family, and I'm gonna freaking beat my physique.
Okay, now that I've liked it, you guys need to make sure and go watch Christian's video, my big announcement. I am like so just proud of him, and he's one of the best people that I know. I know YouTube is really, really harsh, and you know, you feel like you know everything, or you know people, or you wonder how they are in person. He's an amazing person. Go watch this video for sure. While I'm watching his video to catch up, I am eating chicken and asparagus with some coconut oil on it, and it is delicious. I'm gonna finish eating this and then probably see how Ashley's doing with the vlog. My little top coat of bikini bronze on, and I'm watching Michelle Cilia. I'm so freaking happy and proud of her for her show, and I had no idea that she was vlogging that day, and she posted on Instagram that she uploaded a vlog, so I'm watching that, and it's like giving me just all the feels. It's amazing. I have just so much respect for this girl. She's awesome. I love her. It is now 8:44 p.m. and I'm honestly absolutely exhausted, so gonna warm up my meal downstairs, probably fill up some more water, and then get to bed. Actually, I'm not going to bed yet. I forgot I have to go get the YouTube video that's going live in the morning from Ashley, so I'm walking to her room, gonna put it on my external hard drive, put it on YouTube. It takes like 5 million days for it to upload at this hotel's Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna make sure it uploads, but I'm gonna go to sleep even if it's still uploading. I gotta make a thumbnail, do the description box, and then I can rest and go to bed. Oh, Coach is about to call too, so checking in with Coach. Gonna kind of go over everything. I'm sorry, my shoulders are very tired, so it's hard to hold this. But this ankle is at a cute angle. Hello.
How you doing?
Hi. Smells good in here. Oh, nice. Okay, so this thing. Hello.
Hey there.
How are you?
How's New York?
Awesome. I'm loving it out here.
Yeah, you're happy wherever you go.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
And I see you're already a local with your Powerhouse gym shirt.
What up, represent? I also have one from Connecticut, the one I went to today.
So, Kenny Wallach, how was that?
And it was such a good posing session. He tweaked like every single pose that I have. My back pose like showcased my glutes and my hamstrings. Like,
It looked better in the video.
yeah. Besides that, I'm just feeling really flat, which I think is fine because it's Monday. But I'm trying not to let that get to my head.
Well, the fact that it's Monday and you're flat, though, I mean, it might be worth doing a carb day tomorrow. I mean, your body is so depleted at this point, I think you're just going to benefit completely from it.
Okay.
I'll send you a plan tonight, and then it'll just be a plan.
Yeah.
And we'll do a daily check-in up to the show.
Okay, cool.
That way, at least we have something in place for next. Sometimes it's as simple as adding a little sodium. You know, it's not the carbs. You're on the right path. You're settled. I'll send you a plan for tonight. So if you're like shaking a salt shaker and you get
know.
salt, it's 336 milligrams of sodium. That much cardio and sweating the whole time. And
Yeah.
You're definitely low on electrolytes, unless you're drinking Gatorade, which I doubt you are.
No.
So it'd be good to get a little bit of sodium. That's going to help the food digest. It's
Okay.
going to help it. You know, sodium transports glycogen to the muscles. So
Yeah.
the whole cutting out sodium when you're carb loading, like the typical coaches do, that's like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just a little bit of sodium tomorrow with your
Okay.
100 carbs.
Okay.
And you're awesome. I will talk to you tomorrow.
I appreciate you, Coach.
All right, have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
What's up, guys? So I wanted to record a little Q&A for you guys. I posted on my Twitter, ehfitness21, that I wanted to answer like 3 to maybe 5 questions, depending on how long it takes. Just because I want to answer some of your questions. I'm always here to help. So one of the first questions was, how do you maintain relationships during prep without snapping on loved ones? And there's like my brain kind of gets scattered just thinking about that question, because there's so many different like directions that I could go in or talk about. One thing I want to talk about is like, I've worked a lot on me, myself as a person. Like, life is so much bigger than a prep. Life is so much bigger than a competition. Of course, I'm very serious about this, and like, this is my passion. It's what I love to do. And, you know, it's like, it is, you know, things are about the show, meaning like my carbs and things like that. But like, my life is not about this show. My life will go on. I will still have relationships in my life after the show, before the show. So me as a person, I need to be a decent human being to people, and not just decent. I need to be the best human being I can be every single day. That doesn't mean that you're going to be a perfect human, just like any other human that's not going through contest prep. There's going to be times when you have a bad attitude. There's going to be times when you're a brat, but you can't let show or carb depletion be the excuse for that. Now, with that said, a lot of times you're like, you know, people are like, oh, I'm low carb, so I have an excuse to be a jerk. Like, you absolutely do not have an excuse to be a jerk. If you're going to be a jerk on low carb for 12 weeks, maybe you shouldn't do a bikini competition or a physique competition or a bodybuilding competition. Like, if you're literally just going to be an awful human being for that many weeks, you need to choose something else. Like, you have to find something that you can be happy and enjoy each day. It does not mean that you're not going to have bad days. Again, just like someone not on prep at all, you're going to have days where you don't feel your best. You're going to have days where you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, but you can't blame that on prep, and you can't let prep be an excuse for that. So for me, for example, you know, I've been very, very low carb recently, and if I notice that I'm getting like anxious, or I'm getting more sensitive than normal, I bring my awareness to that, and I say, you know what, I'm more sensitive than normal. I need to be quiet. And I'll literally just be more conscious and try to think before I speak, and really just be quiet. If I don't have something nice to say, if I don't have something good to add to the conversation, then I just need to stay quiet. And granted, that hasn't happened too many times throughout prep where I've been this carb depleted. And you'll see in the upcoming videos, I actually got carbs today, and I get carbs the rest of the week. Woo! But yeah, I think you need to work on yourself as a person, work on your inside, work on your mindset, work on just every single day, set your daily intentions. What are your daily intentions as a human being? My daily intentions, you know, they're different every single day. I try to focus on different things, but just for today, I want to be the best person I can be. To the mailman who has had to deal with 30 people in line that are annoyed that they're in line, and I could choose to be annoyed that I'm in line, or I could just practice patience. I'm taught daily that I need to have patience, because I feel like if I didn't need more patience, I wouldn't constantly be in situations that were making me be patient, right? So if I find myself in a situation where I'm like, of course this would happen to me, that of course the line is so long, or it's taking forever, or they can't figure it out, you know, and then I recognize this is a learning situation. I'm being taught patience for the 1,000th freaking time today. You know what I mean? So I think mindset is key. Mindset is everything. Don't use prep as an excuse. I'm sorry, that was a very long response. Let's get to some more questions. Anya asked a very serious question, and she basically asked, what kind of legacy and message do you want to leave for the world? Follow up, what do you want people to remember you for? That is such a deep question, and I don't know that I'm in the best mental state to be answering it, 11 p.m. in New York on peak week. I feel like I should really think and write down this answer, but if I'm just going to blurt it out without thinking about it, I want to represent hope. And I want to show people that with the right mindset, the right work ethic, and without giving up, that you can literally achieve anything. And that if you can really get in tune with yourself, with the universe, with your relationship, with God or your higher power or whatever that might be, that things are going to work in your favor. They just are. Because when you're following your heart, when you have good intentions, when you know that you're a screw up, but you choose to do your best anyways, despite your screwed upness, and you choose every single day to do your best and be your best to yourself and to other people, you will constantly make progress. And that progress will constantly take you closer to your goal. And then you'll realize life isn't even about the goal. It's not even about the goal. It's about the journey of getting there. And so I just want to represent teaching people to have hope, to work hard, to constantly work on evolving to be their best self. So that's my best answer right now. Jessica asked, how do you keep your cool when you see your competition backstage? It's really easy because I see my competition every single day in the mirror. No one else is my competition backstage. I am my only competition. I need to be my best. I need to put in the work to be my best. And then I need to present my best on stage. That's literally all I can worry about. If there's no reason whatsoever to worry about anyone else. When I was a beginner competitor, I do remember feeling that way. I do remember looking backstage and being like, oh my gosh, she is so shredded. That girl looks so bomb. She's gonna kick my butt. Or, almost making the judgment about how the show would go before the show even goes on, just based on like looking at other people. One, you have no idea if they can present the shredded, amazing physique that they have on stage. If they can't present it, it doesn't even matter. So then you wasted all those thoughts and energy for nothing. And there's a lot more that goes into that, but basically what I'm saying is you literally in the sport cannot focus on anyone other than yourself. And also, you can't let a placing define your value as a competitor. Literally, there's so many uncontrolled variables. All you can do is work on the variables that you can control, which is, your physique, your posing, your presentation, your hair, your makeup, bikini. Make sure everything is 1,000% on point, and you'll be able to stand proud on that stage if you get first or if you get last. And you'll have peace knowing that you did your best and that placing doesn't define you as a competitor. And if you love it, you're going to keep doing it, and I fully believe that you'll eventually get the placing that you want. I fully believe I will get first place at a pro show. I fully believe I will become Miss Bikini Olympia one day. Do I know if that's going to happen in 2017? Do I know if it's going to happen in 2025? No idea. But I have peace because it's going to happen anyways. And this is just the beginning of my pro journey. And, this is just the process. I love the journey and the process of it all. There's going to be a time in my life where I have been Miss Bikini Olympia, and there's going to be a time in my life where things change and I'm not going to be competing anymore, and I'm going to focus on other things. Maybe one day I'll have a family, I'm not going to really throw that out there, but I very much so see different things, different chapters in my life, so to speak. And this is an amazing chapter, and I'm embracing every single second of it. And I'm so in love with it. And I'm not saddened by the fact that one day this chapter will be over. So I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to enjoy it every step along the way. The good, the bad, the awesome placings that I'll love, the other placings that, of course, I probably wanted a better place, but it's not going to affect me either way. So I feel like I went off on a little rant, but hopefully that helped answer your question. All right, this answer I already know is going to be a little long, but 2 people asked similar questions. They're asking, what is the thing that motivates you the most to do these competitions? Like, really narrow it down and answer it from the root. And then someone else, why do you compete? Simple, but with all the struggles you've been through this year, what does this competition contribute to? These are such loaded questions. So trying to break it down a little bit, why do I compete? I've always been very fascinated by the human body. I remember whenever I first found out that you could pick weights up and you could lift them a certain way and it would change the shape of your body. I thought that was incredible, and it fascinated me. I have always been a tomboy and a girly girl. Like, I've always been a tomboy, always into sports and athletics and anything that is competitive that can push myself, that I can push myself in. But at the same time, I love getting dressed up. I love feeling pretty and girly, and I do love all the girly things. So I feel like bodybuilding allows me to foster that competitive drive, that fascination for the human body and the muscle shape, and just like, I have so much respect for the human body and what it can do and what it's capable of with the different training. And then, pairing that with loving being able to, be competitive and push myself in the gym, and then get on stage and feel beautiful and pretty and have that moment of, reflecting on your entire journey leading up until then. It's just, I don't know how to describe it other than I love the process of it all, and I love competing. I love being on stage. One of my friends asked me, Emily, what are you most excited for the New York Pro? And I said, just to be on stage. Like, I cannot wait. Oh, I have chills. I cannot wait to be on stage. It's just the most incredible feeling knowing that you've pushed yourself past every single limit that you thought you had. And you can stand up there tall and proud and get to feel pretty and get to have makeup on. Words don't describe it. And, maybe it just comes maybe it's just as simple as the fact that it's what I love to do. That's it. Like, I love it from my heart. Like, I love doing it. It doesn't mean that there aren't hard times. It doesn't mean that I've not, you know, questioned, why do I do this? There's so many times, especially at the very end of prep, where I'm like, I could easily go be like a volleyball player. Not easily. I don't mean that that's easy. It's very hard and I'm not that good. But I'm just saying, like, I could have chosen any other sport where I could like have a little more freedom with my diet. I know that they still have to watch their diet and be diligent, you know, but I would like what I've always wanted to do. And I did sociology in college. So we did a lot of like research. We read research and studies on different studies that they would conduct. I've always wanted to go and talk to professional athletes that are training for the Olympics, someone like a track star athlete, maybe a swimming athlete, maybe, you know, I don't know, a basketball player, and ask them if during their training, if they're always 1,000% like, I love this with everything in me, it's the most positive, amazing thing, there are no hard moments, you know, none of them are going to say that. Like, I want to see what they would say about their sport and why they do it. Because for me, it just comes down to the fact that, like, I truly am in love with it. I've fallen in love with it. There's nothing else. It's like, there's not one reason. I want to give you guys a better answer than that, but it comes down to the fact that I just freaking love it. I found what I'm passionate about. And when I'm not competing one day, I'm going to be lifting just like I do now. I'm going to be watching my diet and eating for health and, you know, having the same lifestyle that I do right now. I'll just not be stepping on stage because eventually, you know, it's time to stop getting on stage, you know. I know that people compete at all ages. I'm just saying I've been doing it for a few years and I see that, you know, there's going to be a time when I'm kind of like done with that chapter in my life. So I don't know if that's the answer you were looking for. Again, maybe I shouldn't be doing a Q&A on peak week when my brain's probably not all there. But I wanted to get these answered for you guys, and that's it. So again, not sure if those answers are what you guys wanted, but I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. It is now 11:20 p.m., so I'm going to wrap it up. Get this thing posted for you guys. I love you so much. You guys, I can't tell you what your messages, comments, DMs, tweets, everything has meant to me. I know I haven't been able to respond to you guys, and at this point, I really am not putting pressure on myself to do that, just because it's a lot. Like earlier I was so tired, I like saw like 12 text messages and I just couldn't even, I just like stared. I was so tired I couldn't even respond to the people texting me. So please know from the bottom of my heart, like, it truly means so much to me. You have no idea. I'm like blown away by the amount of people that said that this prep series has helped them in any way and that they've been enjoying these videos. So that's it. I'm gonna stop talking. I love you guys more than I can say. 4 days out. Tomorrow is, or wait, this video I think is 5 days out. But right now it is the 16th, Tuesday. So right now I'm 4 days out. Tomorrow I'm 3 days out. But you'll see that in the next video. I love you guys so much.